Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
This is Quick Set powered by Smart Power All 109. Day 4 of 7 for some exciting action here in the Shakey Super League Collegiate National Invitationals. First matchup, it's going to be a clash for the #1 spot. UST taking on Southern Storm Melbourne. Second game, fearless showdown between Ho Chi Minh City Volleyball Club contra Enderan College's final match to cap things off. NCAA Finals rematch naman, Colegio de San Juan de Letran will be competing against College of St. Benilde. And you can catch the Shakey Super League National Invitationals live and free on pusupi.com. Join the community now. You can also watch on Shakey Super League Facebook page, on TV at Solar Sports, and at Shakey's restaurants nationwide. And that was Quick Set powered by Smart Power All 109. It's going to be our first game this triple header Wednesday. UST taking on Southern Storm Melbourne for our match #1 as University of Santo Tomas, one of the teams who has been competing here in the Shakey Super League against Southern Storm Melbourne. You know, here in the Shakey Super League, dito natin natutuklasan o nakikita ang mga bagong muka, bagong players dito sa ating tournament. UST against SSM in just a moment. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat and welcome to the 2026 Shakey Super League Collegiate National Invitationals. Daphne Cristobal here with Caitlin Bernal and Caitlin for our first matchup. Actually, ang ganda ng lineup natin dito sa ating day #4. Pero dito sa ating unang laro, it's gonna be battle for that #1 spot.
Yes, Daphne, these two teams are so far the undefeated teams in our tournament, so it's going to be nothing short of intense. I'm sure these two teams have studied each other, studied their previous games, so I'm excited to see what performance they have for us today.
Right now, let's dive our conversation and take a look at the positionings of our teams right now. As what we made mention, these two teams still with a perfect record. Wala pa silang bahid ng pagkatalo dito sa ating tournament. Pero so far, ang nangunguna ay UST because so far, isang set pa lang din ang nadrop nila. Meanwhile, itong mga kalaban nila sa Southern Storm Melbourne yesterday actually, they grabbed that victory over Ho Chi Minh City Volleyball Team, Caitlin, but in 5 sets. Kaya nagkaroon sila ng 8 points.
Definitely. So, coming into our game today, UST has the clear advantage. I'm sure that SSM, they had a wake-up call yesterday after Ho Chi Minh pushed them to 5 sets. And later on in the day, we'll be seeing some of our teams who are still yet to look for a win. But Yes, very exciting lineup for today.
Pero ngayon, Caitlin, ang pag-usapan muna natin itong University of Santo Tomas currently in the #1 spot because of that 9 points. Dahil nga itong SSM, they dropped or they won by just 5 sets kahapon. UST actually bagged that victory kahapon against their sister school, Letran, winning in straight sets.
Definitely, it was an all-around performance for these players and a dominant outing for them in the entire tournament so far. But what stood out the most, other than their great attacks, was their blocks talaga. Talagang pinahirapan nila ang Letra na makagalaw at maka-execute ng mga atake na gusto nila.
But let's also talk about one of their main gunners, the incoming sophomore, Avril Braun. You know, in the past 2 games, she really played a lethal role for UST. And even as a middle blocker, no, sometimes kasi hindi sila nabibigyan ng spotlight. But I think well-deserved para dito kay Avril Braun.
So in her last match against Letran, she was able to accumulate 8 points from 6 attacks, 1 block, and 1 ace. And against their game with Ho Chi Minh City, she accumulated 10 points from 5 attacks, 3 blocks, and 1 ace.
But you know what, despite the absence of Cassie Carvalho here for UST, we know how she has been trying to orchestrate the offense for her team in the couple of seasons already in the UAAP and even here in the Shakey Super League. But someone has been seizing the opportunity, and it is the Bataan native, Arlene Wahe. In their last 2 matches, although she didn't play in their first game, a couple of excellent sets that she was able to deliver.
It's great to see players such as Wahe really grow in our tournament, and she was talagang siya yung rason kung bakit nag-shine at na-activate yung mga attackers niya. 14 excellent sets against Letran and 13 excellent sets against Ho Chi Minh. So a very consistent performance from Wahe.
Alam natin, Caitlin, kapag pinag-usapan niyo yung UST, usually yung lineup nila, not the tallest teams, not the tallest players, but this time around, magiging challenge sa kanila yung middle blockers, especially with how Coach Shaq de Los Santos has been establishing those middle blockers of the UST Golden Tigresses. So a crucial role in today's game, towering above, is Bianca Plaza and M. Banagua. So Bianca Plaza actually didn't play noong day #2, no? But kahapon, delivered 8 points. M. Banagua delivered also 5 points.
Definitely, and we'll want to see their presence here today because SSM, being the Australian team, they have a clear height advantage. So we'll really need that height also from UST.
Meanwhile, let's talk things over about their opponents in today's game. Southern Storm Melbourne. Yesterday, they bagged that victory in 5 sets contra Ho Chi Minh City Volleyball Club, 25-15, 26-24, 20-25, 24-26, and 15-12.
So it was a very intense game. I'm sure sila din nagulat sa performance na nagawa ng Ho Chi Minh City, and it's always been their habit here in the tournament that in the 3rd set, they tend to get quite relaxed, quite complacent. So talagang na-challenge sila ng mga opponents nila.
Our Player in Focus is presented by pusupi.com. Make sure to join now for free. Yesterday, usually may tendency sila. First 2 sets, they've been very consistent and steady. But come that 3rd set, medyo nagiging shaky na rin sila. So this is also going to be a test of their steadiness. But speaking of steadiness, Bella Smith was one of the calm players in yesterday's game.
Definitely, all throughout the 5 sets, she's been present for Southern Storm Melbourne all the way until the 5th set. But at the same time, despite dropping the 3rd set, we saw some of her teammates try and help her out, supplement her. And there we also saw a few players stand out for SSM.
Meanwhile, always on top is Sammy Piala. In that first game, o yung kanilang opening game, she actually had a solid introduction. So that's when we further knew about Southern Storm, how she can be reliable, whether she's part of the starting 6 or kahit na coming off the bench.
Definitely, when she's coming off the bench, she's able to sort of help diagnose the situation of her team and find out the best way she can contribute to the game. And last match versus Ho Chi Minh City, she was able to collect 13 big points for her team from 10 attacks, 1 block, and 2 aces.
Meanwhile, making it rain is Hillary Hanagan, one of her teammates here for SSM. A lot of actually names for SSM who has been trying to introduce themselves here in the tournament. So one of our international guest teams, ang ganda nung pinapakita nilang presence dito, and also a bigger challenge for us local teams here in the Philippines.
Definitely, Hanagan is playing like a veteran. She is one of the veterans for Southern Star Melbourne. In her last match against Ho Chi Minh City, she was able to contribute 14 points for the girls from Melbourne from 12 attacks and 2 aces. Tapos sa fourth set, 6 points na ang nakuha niya. Tapos sa fifth set, she kept her composure, kept her consistency, and accumulated 4 points.
That's actually one of her best productions here in our tournament so far. So maganda dito how these two teams will go up against each other, and seeing during the warm-up for UST, nakikita natin dito their team captain, Reg Jurado. It seems like she's going to be suited in today's game.
Definitely. Everyone knows how intense and how exciting this game will be. So everyone's putting their best foot forward for our game today.
So let's find out, because in a moment, magpapasiklaban na tayo para sa ating unang laro as UST will be taking on Southern Storm Melbourne in just a moment.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
F2 Logistics. We'll climb mountains and cross oceans to make sure we move your cargo as fast and safe as possible, because your cargo is our business. F2 Logistics. Let's move now.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ninoy Aquino Stadium. This is the Shakey Super League 2026 National Invitationals. It's match number 10 of the preliminaries between the University of Santo Tomas Golden Tigresses and their challengers across the net, the Southern Storm Melbourne. Let's now meet our officials for this match. First referee, Lara Escorial. Our second referee, Erwin Lucordero. Let us now meet the starters for both teams. First, for the University of Santo Tomas Golden Tigresses. Let's start with our mailblocker number 5, Avril Braun. Outside hitter number 8, Marga Aldea. Opposite hitter number 11, Julia Balingit. Setter number 15, Arlene Wahe. Outside hitter number 17, Angge Boyos. Millblocker number 25, Blessing Onekwe. Starting libero at number 14, Pao Escobar. Head coach of the Golden Tigresses, Shak de los Santos. Calling on the starters of Southern Storm Melbourne. Let's start with our outside hitter, number 1, Sammy Pila. Opposite hitter, number 3, Cleo Anastasios. Setter, number 5, Alana Edgley. Millblocker, number 6, Isabella Smith. Outside hitter, number 11, Hillary Anagan. Millblocker, number 12, Steph Baker. Starting libero at number 7, Mila Smith. Head coach of Southern Storm Melbourne, Carla Macioni. This is the University of Santo Tomas versus the Southern Storm Melbourne. This is the Shakey Super.
It's a showdown for our number 1 spot. For 6-4 UST, Wahe, Bron, Nekwe, Poyos, Altea, Balingit, and Escobar to man that floor defense. For Southern Storm Melbourne, Edgley, Smith, Baker, Pilla, Hannigan, Anastasios, and Smith as the main floor defender. For our international guest team from Melbourne, Australia, Daphne Cristobal here with Caitlin Bernal. This is just our first game, but we are already in our day number 4 of 7 in the 2026 Shakey Super League Collegiate National Invitational. So coming to you live here in the Ninoy Aquino Stadium. This set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now. Set number 1 underway.
Southern Storm Melbourne opening the day with a service error. And I guess that's been a present thing for SSM throughout this whole tournament and their errors, especially with their last game yesterday against Ho Chi Minh City, where they committed 41 errors, Daphne, all throughout the 5 sets. And I guess this is something that they're looking to work on in our game today if they want to sort of redeem some points, especially on the standings. But it's mostly been their attack errors. But this time around, SSM with a successful down-the-line kill.
That was courtesy of Anastasios reading that down-the-line kill pretty well, but it came from a long rally. And Anastasios was actually sort of silenced, or she struggled in yesterday's game after her superb performance in day number 2. Pero Marga Altea is back in that spiker position and scoring her first point here.
Altea has had a great showing for us ever since the second day. Actually, she was one of our MVP of the match. And let's see if she'll be able to replicate that kind of performance, especially like what we talked about earlier. UST will definitely need one of their taller players, such as Altea.
Pero ngayon, 2 errors para sa panig ng SSM. And kapag we talked about this earlier, Caitlin, na kapag napag-uusapan yung lineup ng UST, they'd always say na they don't like yung tallest players, no? Parang usually they give opportunities for smaller girls. Diba? Of course, andun din naman yung target nila na makakuha ng mga may height. But they've been giving so much trust dun sa mga players na not really very tall, kumbaga. So ngayon, medyo mas nagiging matatangkad na rin yung lineup with Coach Shak, with Onekwe on the middle. Right on cue, scoring that point.
Onekwe with well-placed quick attack there, straight into the middle front line of SSM's court.
So So battle of our middle blockers right now. Baker earlier, and this time Blessing Onekwe. So this time around in the National Invitationals, UST has been overpowering in terms of their blockings. One of the core instructions for sure of Coach Shak. So this time that will be put into test with Marga Altea showcasing a lot of confidence early on in set number 1.
It's Marga Altea with a great cross-court hit. And so far, Daphne, I think we're seeing a lot of confidence on the side of UST. I mean, they're now up by 3, but it seems like their attacks are quite distributed already. And we were talking about that earlier of how sobrang laking factor ni Wahe in that ball distribution that UST has been boasting all throughout the tournament.
Meanwhile, Anastasio scoring her second point earlier from the left pin. Ngayon naman, even from the right, just scoring in all sides of the court. But UST is on top here by 2 points. Battle at the net. Baker reading that well. That will not go over for Altea this time.
Attack error on the side of Altea, but still was read by the block of Melbourne on that play.
It actually feels unusual for sure for Altea since parang lahat ng position talaga nalalaro niya na from middle, being an opposite spiker this time as an open hitter. So really a lot of adjustments, but really a crucial role in today's game yung middle blockers, knowing that they're going up against a taller team with Onekwe scoring her second one.
That's Onekwe with another point from the middle. This time it was a softer touch, but still well-placed unmanned front court of SSM.
Ngayon, nasa harap na. Itong si Angge Poyos, UST still on top here. Make this a 3-point lead and 3 points for Marga Altea. The serve of the game is brought to you by Shakey's. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now.
Marga Altea now at the back, and Angge Poyos, one of UST's very strong and well-known spikers. Let's see how SSM will adjust to Poyos in front after the first technical timeout.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Welcome back to the 2026 Shakey Super League Collegiate National Invitationals. It's set number 1 in our Game 1 UST. Up here by 4 points, 8-4 against our international guest team from Melbourne, Australia, the SSM. And let's see how they will try to respond after that first technical timeout. We've seen some conversions just from actually Steph Baker and Anastasio so far. Poyos will be denied at the net.
And like what I was talking about, I'm sure na napag-aralan ng SSM si Poyos, especially because she is one of the dominant attackers from UST. And that time around, basang-basa yung incoming attack ni Poyos.
We were challenging the middle blockers of Coach Shak in today's game, but we should also challenge the floor defense of UST. How will they try to cover up, especially with some cross courts, just like with Cleo Anastasios with 3 points here on this ball game.
That was a very powerful cross-court hit from Anastasias, and so far, she's really been the key player in our game today, and I'm sure we'll see a lot of that from her.
Poyos will redeem herself. But this time, another solid block point here.
That's a dominant block from the side of Melbourne. Straight down and floor coverage was there, but di na nila na angat yung bola.
I like how locked in Baker is in that net defense. 1-2 play, but Escobar was there. Better hit there para kayang Poyos.
Not the best of sets from Wahe, but still giving Poyos another chance, powering through that block.
Earlier, kung di ako nagkakamali, yung second block point nila kontra ang Poyos, that was their main playmaker, Alana Edgley, for Southern Storm Melbourne. This is the first time for our national invitationals that we got some international guest teams. Kaya malaking bagay ito para sa atin. Ang Poyos might be denied earlier, but she will try to guard that net pretty well for UST. Just really maintaining itong kalamangan that they were able to establish.
Definitely, for this kind of game, when you're up against a very tall team, it's important that you don't go to the powerful blocks agad or fast blocks, right? Fast spikes right away, but instead try and place the ball well and try and destabilize your opponent's floor defense, maybe through drop balls or just trying to outsmart the blockers of your taller opponents.
UST has been in control of this ball game so far, Caitlin. Kaya, kumbaga, also bigger challenge for them. Paano nila to i-maintain with errors hurting them? Kanina, miscommunication, and this time, an attack error, and this is just a 1-point deficit.
Very important for UST to respond immediately with these kinds of attack errors. I'm sure we've seen this already in their previous games. Pag nagkaka-error sila, nakakabawi naman sila agad.
This time, wide open, Julia Balingit will be scoring her first.
Balingit with not the most powerful of spikes, but she saw the open center, the open area there in SSM's court.
Feeling ko itong lineup ni Coach Shak, ito yung main gunners niya so far. Because of course, they're going up against a tough team, a tall squad. But of course, Red Jurado will be coming off the bench right now. Off speed will work.
Great hit there by Anastasios. All the way from the right wing. Clipped some hands, but still an off-the-block point for her.
That needed production here from Anastasios. But we talked about Sami Bella also, how her role has been very versatile for SSM. And they will earn that point. May tapik.
Poyos tried to go for that emergency spike, was blocked. Kala nila out, but linesman said there was a check ball on the way out.
That was Anastasios in that net defense this time around. Great reception there from Escobar to Wahe, and trusting Avril Braun from the middle.
That was a big attack for Braun in the middle. So much speed. Perfect height for her on the set. Great point by Braun.
Again, the past two matches of Avril Braun has been very spectacular. 8 points against Letran and 10 points against the Lady Blazers. Bomb set. They pick Balingit, nailing that one in.
Balingit successfully powering through that block. SSM not able to close it in. They were quite far from the net. And great point from Balingit.
UST just maintaining this advantage in the opening set. They go to the middle against Escobar. That will work for Bella Smith.
Bella Smith now announcing her presence in our game today, coming from a running quick attack. Great setup there for Smith.
Bella Smith was really steady, very calm in their win yesterday against Ho Chi Minh City Volleyball Club as a middle blocker. She chipped in 16 points.
That's a great turnout for, especially for a middle blocker. You can see na talagang ni-utilize siya ng kanyang setter.
They're just really a threat whenever she's in front. It's Marga Altea. That's her 4th point. And she has been successfully targeting the fingertips of the blockers, really know where to put the ball.
It's Braun now in the back row, serving for us. So Unekwe's back in front.
Okay, chased by Poyos. Balingit. He's sending the ball over. Chance here for SSM. Pilla will be denied by Unekwe.
Unekwe contributing right away, guarding UST's court with a successful block.
The blessing that she is for blessing Unekwe. Manning that net defense for UST. They're on top here. 15-12. First ball by Smith. Punch was too long, overcooking that one. So UST will now come up on top by 4 points at 16-12.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
Four-point lead for the Espana-based squad against this team from Melbourne, Australia. They've been controlling the pacing of this ball game. Some couple of errors actually para dito sa SSM, and probably in the past 3 games that they played, Caitlin, this is one of the most flat I can say, dahil we talked about na usually third set sila mas nagiging kumbaga inconsistent, but this time around they're well challenged by UST.
Definitely, UST has been so effective in all departments, attacking, blocking, and now a service ace from Braun.
Couple of service aces handed by the Thomasians, challenging the reception itong first ball ng Southern Storm Melbourne. Biggest lead now at 5 points, and they continue to have a difficult time in securing that reception.
And that'll be another ace under Braun's name. Great placement from the middle blocker. And talagang nahihirapan ang backline ng Southern Storm Melbourne and trying to adjust to that such a heavy serve from her.
Si Blessing kanina sa blocking, si reliable. Pero kita mo, that's 3 consecutive service aces for Avril Braun, the incoming sophomore for University of Santo Tomas, and now forcing Southern Melbourne to call for a timeout here.
Okay, so narrow there, so we maximize the chance that we can do a frontal pass rather than lateral pass, okay? That's one. If we have to tip, remember we have to tip deep. Because they come over, they cover all over the short behind the block, okay?
Forget about a perfect pass. I need a settable ball. That's all we need. Yeah, high ball. That's it. Let's go. Stop!
That huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109. Load now.
After 3 consecutive aces from Braun, sabi ng coach ng SSM, I don't need a perfect pass. I just need a setup, and I guess that really is all they need against such a powerful server like Braun.
4 points for Avril Braun, 1 attack point earlier. But great way to finally stop that bleeding with Anastasio scoring her 6th point, carrying this load for the Southern Storm Melbourne.
Timeout work for the girls in Melbourne. And Anastasia still the key player here, the consistent player here in set number 1 for SSM.
But even in errors, they will struggle here, particularly in the service area. UST established the 7-point lead.
SSM now playing catch-up as UST has entered their 20s, and yet another ace from the Growling Tigresses.
And this time that will come from Julia Balingit. And for the first time, Dana Jurado is inside, replacing Avril Braun. Go to the middle. Ganda ng tapik doon ni Unekwe. From the open, no one was there.
Southern Storm Melbourne went for the quick attack first, was blocked by Unekwe. Went for the open hit. Unekwe blocked again, but no more floor coverage on the side of UST on that play.
Yung kanina pa natin sina-challenge sa UST, how they will move as a team. Not just relying on, of course, Pao Escobar, replacing Det Pepito in terms of manning that floor defense, that coverage for the team. So if Blessing will do her role as a middle blocker, syempre yung second ball, yung first ball din, kailangan mas ma-establish pa nila. So Anisa Santos is inserted in for the first time, the tallest playmaker para sa UST. Freebie given away. Santos picking Jurado. She will be denied though.
Jurado with her first kill attempt of the game was blocked by one of SSM's key attackers with a block, Sammy Pilla. We were talking about her production in the previous games, and she seems to appear for SSM during the clutch moments, especially in yesterday's game against Ho Chi Minh City, where she really contributed in the 5th set.
This time, Seth Baker guarding the net well with that over-reception by Escobar. So actually, yun yung first production ni Sammy Pela after that rejection at the net. Harasan with that up. Jurado. That will sail out. This is a 3-0 run for the SSM. UST will be calling for a quick timeout here. If you're Coach Shaq, may insertion ka dito with the Jurado. This is her first game here in the National Invitationals of our Collegiate nitong Shakey Super League. So, may mga binabalasa na rin o nagpapakitang bumubunot na rin siya doon sa kanyang mga second and third stringers.
Jurado just inserted here towards the end of set number 1, but still sort of shaky for the veteran, still trying to find her footing, especially on the attack. But it seems like Coach Shaq also wants to experiment that connection between Santos and Jurado. But after that timeout, let's see how he'll start to adjust.
Tough serve. Boyos with that first ball. Altea off speed. Cross. Tinuro pa.
Very easy spike there for Marga Altea. Evaded the blockers. Also got a great angle on that diagonal hit.
UST only 3 points away from securing the opening set, stopping that 3-0 run. Si Altea ulit yung nagsiservice, kaya nahihirapan na naman ang Southern Storm Melbourne. Up to go for the drop. Pancake saved by Smith. Freebie for Oste. Poyos off speed. Chased by Smith. Pila. Sending the letter here. Back set to Jurado. She liked that setup from the corner pocket.
Much better setup from Regine Jurado. Definitely enjoyed that back set from Santos.
That Smart Powered Up play was brought to you by the new Smart Power All 109. Load now. After that 3-0 run, back-to-back points for UST. Timeout for SSM.
Fully cross. If they hit the line, we rely on Mila to defend there, or good on them. Okay, let's commit to that, and that's it. Mila.
Four spikes in 10 spots. I need you to get that. Whoever is front line pass,
Mila,
so that
you okay in save receive? Yeah, yeah.
I messed up one.
Yeah, I'm just checking it. You normally don't mess in one.
Huh?
You normally don't mess
That
in one.
huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109. Load now.
UST 2 points away from securing set number 1. I guess the presence of Reg Jurado, something new to them, especially since Reg Jurado hasn't really been playing the previous game day. So let's see how they'll try and sort of neutralize Jurado, who they know to be one of UST's veterans.
Great dig by Arasan, but no one was there for that second ball. Wasted save there.
That was a great pickup there, but unfortunately a miscommunication on UST's court.
If I'm not mistaken, that was Polgok who scored from the back row. Hoyos destroying her blockers.
Hoyos immediately redeeming some points for her team. Great touch she got there for that off-the-block kill.
USC now at set point. They're up 6 points, 24-18. Edgley opting to go for that right pin, and that push perfectly cut by Steph Baker.
Great setup there by Edgley, and just a simple push onto the unmanned corner of UST's court.
And they continue to struggle in that reception para sa Uste. And this time, attack error para kay Poyos.
Poyos had a difficult time adjusting to that set. I guess they weren't used to the height that she was given. But still, there is room for some error on the side of UST, but I'm sure SSM is determined to catch up.
Jurado with that finish.
Jurado with a very speedy diagonal kill. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of that in our game. And kudos also to Santos for that excellent setup to the veteran.
It's the new team captain, Reg Jurado, bringing her team in securing set number 1.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
F2 Logistics. We'll climb mountains and cross oceans to make sure we move your cargo as fast and safe as possible because your cargo is our business. F2 Logistics. Let's move now.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
25-20 for University of Santo Tomas, and they were up here by as much as 7 points earlier. It is Anastasios who has been stepping up for Southern Storm Melbourne, but for UST, everyone paving the way in clinching set number 1.
Set number 1 started especially with contributions from Altea and Anastasios from SSM, but midway through the set, after the second technical timeout, UST was able to really claim that advantage because of bronze service aces, and tinuloy-tuloy na nila yan is despite some shakiness at the very end. As you can see here in the attacks, lumamang pa rin ang UST 14 against 11. However, Southern Storm Melbourne was able to collect more blocks 4 against 1. And like what I was talking about, more ace on the side of UST thanks to Bron and Baling it with 5 against none. And in terms of air, we saw a lot less than usual from both teams.
This set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. Set number 2 underway. Still Daphne Cristóbal here with Caitlin Bernal. And talking about those service aces, tatlo doon. Sunod-sunod nanggaling kay Avril Braun. Meanwhile, dun sa mga aces, malaking bahagi din. Correction in terms of blockings, yung kay Blessing Unekwe. As you see that push by Banagua to open things up here in the second.
We already expected that the middle blockers of UST such as Banagua, Bron, and Plaza will play a very big role in our game today, especially because they're up against a very tall team such as Southern Storm Melbourne. And so far, they haven't disappointed for the Growling Tigers, as especially Bron and Unekwe, who had such a consistent performance in set number 1.
Makita mo dito, Poyos. She struggled sort of noong ating opening set wherein she was read well dahil alam natin na for sure she was scouted by SSM knowing she is a main gunner here for USC, but this time scoring her fourth point rather on this ball game. And Anastasios will continue to chip in points, make that 7 points for her.
That's Cleo Anastasios from a back set from Edgeley going long and just enough to clip the line.
So far, both teams with a 3-0 record. So, nasa day 4 na tayo. Tomorrow, last day ng ating elimination round. We only have 6 teams. All of our teams has actually games every day. 3 laro tayo ang setup natin every day. We started nung Sunday. Tomorrow, last day ng elims before we proceed into our semi-finals, which will happen on Friday.
So we have a fairly smaller than usual lineup for our tournament. And as the days go by, Daphne, you could say that the games are getting more crucial than ever. These 2 undefeated teams are gunning for that top spot in our standings.
As you see here, Smith reading Poyos well. Lucky break para sa UST. A better beginning, I must say, para sa SSM. But we see here a substitution. Pagpapahingahin muna si Julia Balingit, and it's Kapitana Jurado.
Jurado got a couple of great attacks in the latter half of set number 1. She had some sort of difficulty in trying to find her footing, but still, nung nabigyan na siya ng mga magandang sets ni Santos, she was able to score some points, as we saw there, a successful drop ball from Reg Jurado.
Way back in 2022, was when we first saw Red Jurado for UST together with Cassie Carvalho, Asai Zagula, Jonah Perdido. Here in Shakey Super League, our first season was when they introduced themselves as being part of Coach Kung Fu Reyes team, and imagine, isa tayo sa mga naging saksi sa growth nila dito sa ating tournament. And now, Red Jurado with, actually ito na yung magiging last playing year niya para sa UST.
Definitely, it's quite sentimental because Red Jurado and all the other players that you mentioned, they really became the core of UST post-pandemic of like that volleyball, the comeback of volleyball after the pandemic. So they're really well known now here in the Philippines, and I'm sure our players here today appreciate yung experience and yung example na mabibigay nila Red Jurado para sa kanila.
Just fearless. Itong si Marga Altea, no? You like how very versatile she really is. 6 points para kay Marga Altea. That's her first one. She chipped in 5 points at siya yung actually nag-initiate ng energy ng ating opening set.
Definitely, and she actually makes it seem so easy. She looks very comfortable there in the left wing. She's been chipping in some points already since set number 1.
Also, malaking bagay din dito si Arlene Wahe, the second playmaker for UST, pero ngayon siya yung mangunguna para sa UST. It has been Cassie Carvalho for the past 4 years, 4 seasons, and this time, itong naging walk-in tryout nila Coach Kung Fu Reyes, hailing from Bataan. Siya naman ang mangunguna sa opensa para sa UST. Miscommunication there, but that still worked.
UST not anticipating that off-speed hit coming from SSM's left wing. Still, that was Anastasios who had the drop off-speed hit. Now with 9 points. Tas set number 2 pa lang.
Shoot set Wahe to Marga Altea. She will be unstoppable on this ball game. 7 points for this all-around player. Marga Altea bringing us into our first technical timeout.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
UST remains consistent here even in the second set. Still in the driver's seat to take over. Going up again, Southern Storm Melbourne. They're up here 3 points, 8-5. And kahit sinong kunin dito ni Coach Shako will play inside, definitely creating impact in this 3-point separation.
SSM opening the second half of set number 2 with a long shot by Rebecca Pocock, who, along with Smith and Anastasios, was also one of the contributing players, especially on SSM's attack front.
No, I like this connection between Wahe and Onekwe. And Arlen is a type of the playmaker, Caitlin, who has been activating her middle blockers. Not just relying on them defensively, pero nire-rewardan niya yung mga blockers niya.
Definitely, she's had a great connection with her spikers, siya yung rason kung bakit sobrang distributed ng bola nila all throughout the tournament. And it's great to see players such as Wahe really grow here in our tournament.
Kahit si Marga sa depensa, nagpapakitang gilas sa likod. Even a tall second libero for UST. Wahe combination play to Poyos with authority.
Now we're seeing UST's classic, iconic combination plays. Great to see Poyos just hammer it down. Blockers were not there for SSM to anticipate that.
Let's not discredit yung pagiging decoy ni Blessing Onekwe dahil kanina nakakuha siya ng offensive point. So, sipag tumalon itong si Blessing at ngayon, 4-point lead for UST. Pocock with a drop won't work. Another combination play. Blessing Onekwe. Ganda nung peke niya doon, just fooling the defenders of SSM.
Definitely, she got two of the blockers to be just half a second late, but that's enough for Poyos to grab that point.
Angge Poyos with 7 points on this ball game. Better production for her here in the second set. Anastasios, this time she will struggle. Biggest lead extended at 6 points as a timeout will be called here.
First of all, don't drop your head, okay? Because we can come back, we play fantastic rallies, that's what we do, okay? We go back, we force our game, we play our game and get back. Combos, pin, blockers, you have to call it out when they play the combos, okay? And most of the time, the pin blockers need to take the middle and leave the middle, our middle, to block the pins. Make sense? The pins come in the middle. Yeah? That's what we do on the court.
That huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109. Load now.
Seems like Southern Storm Melbourne, they're quite shaken up with the combination plays that UST is starting to execute here in set number 2, and still SSM having some sort of difficulty in putting some variation into their attacks. So far, we're only seeing Anastasios collect some attack points, and we'll want to see Edgley activate her middle blockers and her right wing spikers more if they want to catch up to UST's growing lead.
Sabihan din itong players ng SSM not to drop their heads because of course parang na-frustrate na rin sila since nung opening set pa lang they've been struggling in those receptions. That's why Edgley is also having a difficult time to orchestrate the offense on their side. But Poyos with 5 points here in set number 2. Cross court. That will work for Rebecca Pocock.
Not the best of receives from Melbourne, but still nagawa ng paraan, and Pocock just gaining some speed on that hit.
Sila 6-point game, reception. A bit shaky para sa UST with the Rasan and Escobar. Over-received. Ball still playable after that up by Jurado. Edgley jump sets with that reverse. Arasan's dig though. Poyos. Poke up with that floor defense and a gift from Angge Poyos.
What a wonderful sequence that we saw from the Growling Tigresses. Really boasting that floor coverage, all thanks to Arasan on the back line. Great coverage on the side of UST, just allowing Poyos to go for that kill.
9 points for Angge Poyos. 6 points coming here in set number 2. Biggest lead extended at 7. Poyos. This time, overcooking that cross.
Just a bit too wide on that hit, and a chance for the girls from Melbourne to sort of regroup and try and start a run of points dahil lumalamang na talaga si UST at this point of the set.
But you can give it to Angge Poyos, no? Despite that error, dahil nga 6 na puntos nang galing lang dito yan sa ating second set. Wahe No one was there. Miscommunication. Trying to give it to Althea from the back. Parang libero din talaga ito si Althea. So they were asking for a check ball, pero yung first referee natin, sayang wala tayo. Hindi natin maririnig yung gantong negotiation ni Red Jurado, no? Because maraming iconic na conversation lagi yung kanilang former team captain, which is Let Pepito with our referees, di ba?
Yes,
so
I
ngayon,
recall.
parang interesting. Paano kaya si Reg? Because we know how gentle Reg is. And Banagwa connecting with Arlene Wahe.
Wahe maintaining that great chemistry that she's had with her middle blockers, making sure that they're still in action. Even lumalamang na sila, they could comfortably use other more combination plays or maybe attack, but their quick attacks are working for them quite well.
Daming natutuwa na nakabalik na si M. Banagwa after suffering from an injury. She is batchmates with Angge Poyos. Sila yung magkasabayan. So parang sinasabi nila na at least may kasama na ulit itong si Angge Poyos. But UST still in the upper hand by 5 points. Yoan will be inserted in. They need a different taste of playmaking strategies, I guess.
Let's see what Yuan will bring to the table here midway through set number 2. We know that SSM really needs that ball distribution and to allow their other attackers to shine.
Great read there for Arasan, although you'd feel na medyo kinabahan din siya after that one. But UST still on top here by 6 points.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
Si Ashley Nop, one of the main gunners of UST right now. Bit shocked, but getting some stretches after that bad landing. Oh, actually, she stepped on one of the foot of their opponents yesterday. So, may minor sprained ankle injury. Hopefully, she'll be able to recover well. Pero kanina naman, we saw her also warming up. So, hopefully, we'll see her in the upcoming games or maybe tomorrow for UST.
Nop was also contributing well for UST in the previous game days. One of the younger players for UST, but still already taking that chance to introduce herself here in SSL.
She's been really targeting to be part of, syempre dun sa starting 6, dun sa official lineup in the UAAP with numerous players para dito sa UST. So let's just wish for a quicker recovery for Ashley Nop. As Banagwa was able to target zone 5 in that play.
Very great quick attack there this time from a back set from Wahe to Banagwa, and great placement also from the middle blocker.
I'm scoring her 3rd point. All coming here in set number 2. Ganda ng combination ni Onekwe at ni Banagwa dito. Yoan shoot sets to Pocock. Len. Deep cross for Mark Althea, and that will work.
Althea a bit surprised with the spike, with the contact of the ball, but still got a great angle on that.
Mark Althea earned some awards, individual awards, specifically when she was part of the Junior Golden Tigers' second best middle blocker in the UAAP season 85. Ngayon, playing as an open hitter in the collegiate rankings. Pero the past season, she was also playing as an opposite spike rat, kung minsan middle blocker.
Parang gusto ko tanungin si Althea, ano favorite mo so far na
Yeah.
position? Because we've seen her everywhere in all positions, and even now in the open position, she's so comfortable and she's scoring a lot of points for UST.
Baka ang sagot niya maging libero, no? Kasi kahit sa depensa sa likod, she's been securing those first balls for the team, really running, chasing, para mabuhay ang bola dito sa UST. And so far, we can say they've been playing clean and neat in this 9-point advantage of UST.
Definitely, UST has all bases covered here in set number 1 and in set number 2. And speaking of all bases covered, now we're seeing another ace from the Growling Tigresses.
That sweet delight smile of M. Managua with her 4th point on this ball game. Timeout for Coach Carlo.
If you perform well, start with that pass. You cannot be instant like thinking all you think about force field first. Let's go. Hey, have fun out there. We want to be here. Let's go.
That huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109. Load now.
Seems like the coaching staff of Southern Storm Melbourne, hindi na playing technicalities yung kinokorrect nila sa mga players, but instead that their mindset and their composure, saying that tell yourselves you want to be here. And I guess that's one of the objectives naman na ng national invitationals, especially when trying to invite these international guests. And it's really for exposure, not just for us Filipino teams, but also for them. Players from Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam, and from Melbourne, Australia.
Nasabihan na rin sila to have fun, no? In this game, since just really different demeanor that we are seeing in comparison to how they performed in the past game days that we had. Also, Kimberly Rubin, the incoming rookie for the Golden Tigresses, is inserted in for the first time. Over-reception kanina, nakuha ni Onekwe yung puntos na yon. Althea, this time, overcooking that hit.
Unusual error from Marga Althea, but given their 10-point lead, I guess there's some room for UST to commit some errors. And seeing now, Coach Shak is trying to experiment as well on their lineups.
That will be a service ace for Bella Smith.
That was a much-needed point on the side of Southern Storm Melbourne, and Bella Smith has been quite quiet in this game today. Not just set number 2, but even in the previous set. Parang hindi siya masyado nabibigyan ng bola ni Edgley prior, and still a 10-point lead after that service error.
Both teams shuffling their players right now. Matichevsky is also back inside. Although that will be a service error. We also know how deep the bench is for Southern Storm Melbourne. Siguro itong different lineup could also spark something for their team. Gutierrez also ejected in. Hannigan. Rubin was there. Gutierrez picked up by Hannigan one more time. Wahe with that 1-2 play, just outsmarting itong SSM.
Wahe with spotting that unmanned center, and it seems like Southern Star Melbourne, it's Yoan who's been really struggling to get her sets up. We saw in that previous sequence that much of the second ball was taken by Smith, if I'm not mistaken. So Edgley is back, but now UST is on set point. No more room for error for the girls from Melbourne.
Hannigan from the left side. Santos with a chase. That will sail in for Kim Rubin. Great setup job from Anisa Santos.
Great long ball to the back of SSM's court, just enough to claim the second set in their favor.
25-14, up by 2 sets to none itong University of Santo Tomas.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
F2 Logistics. We'll climb mountains and cross oceans to make sure we move your cargo as fast and safe as possible, because your cargo is our business. F2 Logistics. Let's move now.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
25-20, 25-14 as our scores right now. USD on top here by 2 sets to none. And so far, the Espana-based squad is unfazed by the stall lineup of Southern Storm Melbourne. It's led by one of their veterans, Angge Poyos, who scored 6 points all in set number 2. Total of 10 points for her. Marga Altea also creating some damage with 9 points, but even Emba Naguas has been chipping in some points here.
Definitely, and we have to give credit to Arlene Wahe, who has really been allowing her attackers to shine. As you can see, set number 2 attacks 18 against 5. And on the side of Southern Storm Melbourne, it was really just Anastasios yung nabibigyan ng bola, as we saw in the previous set. So let's see in set number 3 how the setter who will be fielded in for SSM will adjust to that.
So correction for Angge Poyos, she just chipped in 7 points in the second set. Kaya meron na siyang 10 puntos para dito sa UST. Imagine, she was limited by only a 3-point production in that opening set, but come that second set, that separation was all because of her.
Definitely, we saw SSM hustle more to block Poyos, to neutralize Poyos in the front line, but thankfully for UST, Poyos was able to adjust to that wall in front of her.
This set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. Set number 3 underway. Angge Poyos again and again make that 11 points for Angge.
That's another combination play on the side of the Growling Tigresses, opening up the crucial set with a clean hit.
The pride of Bohol, the first time there was a call she received, she actually didn't answer it dahil nga number lang. Second time around, tumawag ulit. Little did she know, it was Coach Kung Fu Reyes who's just inviting her to come for a tryout. And right now, couple of individual awards she was able to secure, and even helping UST. Projection at the net by Gutierrez this time around.
UST having a dominant front line here, dominant net defense, this time from Gutierrez.
Hailing from Bohol, itong si Angge Poyos. Meron silang isa pang player from the junior Golden Tigresses, Taj Teves, who's also playing in the last Pilipinas under-17. Ang daming nagsasabi na parang pareho sila ng atake. That girl, young girl, Taj Teves, also creating her own name in the juniors division. Ano naman yun? Galing din Bohol. But when I asked yung young girl na yun, hindi naman sila related or hindi naman niya kadugo itong si Angge Poyos. But you like how these players hailing from Bohol has been also, risking their career dito sa Manila. Syempre, hindi naman madali, no, to leave your home and to find your new comfort here in Manila.
Definitely, and I'm sure that player will be one of many players who will really thrive and grow under UST's volleyball program, which has been really one of the best here in our country. And speaking of their backgrounds, it's nice to see here National Invitationals, all these stories, all these backgrounds, their histories and their own hometowns come together here in our tournament. Especially now that we have international guest teams, I'm sure grew up in a very different environment than our Filipino teams back in Australia.
That Smart Power Up Play was brought to you by the new Smart Power All 109 Load Now. So from last year's 50th anniversary of the Shakeys, we went into the various provinces. Bumisita tayo, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, at ngayon, for the first time, may mga international guest teams naman tayo. It really gets better each year here in the Shakey Super League, and as they attempted to go for that net defense, may naging net touch doon.
But I think we're starting to see a bit more intensity from the girls from Melbourne. In the previous set, pinagsabihan sila ng coaches nila just to have fun, to sort of remind themselves that they want to be here, because we saw that their spirits were kind of low given that UST has dominated all throughout the game. But now we're seeing some middle attacks actually that Edgley is trying to orchestrate.
She's back in orchestrating the offense for SSM.
And it will be another successful setup by Edgley to Sammy Pilla in the left wing.
It's actually rare to see Sammy Pilla to just score her second point, as she has been one of the consistent contributors para dito sa SSM.
That was wrong contact on the ball, if I am not mistaken. Sailing outside, but UST still up by 2 points like they have been in the previous sets. Right off the bat, they claimed the momentum on the court right away, not letting Southern Storm Melbourne try and gain momentum.
Perfect read for Gutierrez as that push coming from Sammy Pilla sailed out. USC still on top here, 7-4. This is how they started set number 1, controlling the pacing of the game, not allowing itong SSM to catch up. Push from Lynn. Andun si Gutierrez for that back defense. Baker, Pilla guarding the net, and Poyos with a cross.
SSM attempted to form a wall, but still, Poyos was just too fast for them on that last play. Perfect setup, and Poyos just hammering it down all the way to the back line.
8 dozen of production for Angge Poyos. It's 8-4 for our first technical timeout.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Back in action here in the historic Ninoy Aquino Stadium, our home in the Shakey Super League Collegiate National Invitationals. But pagdating natin ng linggo, finals game will happen back in the Phil Oil, Eco Oil. At long rally agad after that first technical timeout here in set number 3. No one was there to pick that letter up. So make that 13 points for Poyos.
Poyos just knows where to place the ball. I guess this is one of her strengths also because she just doesn't put power, but she also knows where to bring the ball in order to sort of destabilize her opponent's floor defense. And so far here in set number 3, it's been working very well for her.
So far itong lineup ng UST, ito na rin yung masasabi natin, magiging suited in the UAAP eh. Ang wala na lang dito, of course, their main playmaker, which is Cassie Carvalho, Ashley Nope, who is currently on the sidelines. At I'm not seeing Lian Peñular yet, yung batchmates, yung tandem nila ni Avril Braun from the middle. So, but safe to say, ito na yung mga masasabi mong main players nila in the upcoming UAAP season.
Definitely, and it's a very great lineup so far. And I'm sure the UST volleyball fans are gonna really wait for this team, this growing core team, to be back suited up for UAAP.
Si Gutierrez parang si Hilonggo. Isa sa mga players nila dati, isa sa mga spikers nila. Na ganyan din, all around, pumapalo pero masipag din sa back defense.
That's right, and the thing with UST, we see and we hear these names such as Poyos and Jurado, but it's also great to see that they are not only working by themselves. There's always this player who will step up in this game, and then bago na naman sa next game nila. So UST just proving that they have a very deep bench that they're working with.
Maganda sa UST ngayon, they've been trying to take care of their homegrown talents, players who also started their career in the Junior Golden Tigresses program. But this time, Robin with that rejection.
That was a great block out by Steph Baker. Rubin didn't see that coming, putting all of her force, but great placement, great blocking also by Baker.
You know, Baker has been very pumped up whenever she commits those block points. Actually, ganyan yung kailangan nila dito, yung mga block points na yun, to probably just hype them up on this game. And kanina nga with Coach Corlo's timeout, we heard it, right, no, na just really encouraging his girls to enjoy this game, to have fun, reminding them on why they are here for the Shakey Super League National Invitationals. But more than winning, syempre mas maganda na ini-enjoy din nila para mas lumabas yung laro nila. But the judge, Reg Jurado, team captain, scoring from the right side.
Reg Jurado with that classic spike, that very speedy spike that she has from the right wing. Great to see UST's opposite position rather, becoming activated here in set number 3.
Diba sa VNL, minsan nakikita natin yung speed nung spike. So imagine, I wonder kung ilan yung kay Reg.
Definitely, because every hit that she has, it always looks so fast. Kahit na sinuslow-mo na nila dito, parang mabilis pa din yung palo ni Reg Jurado.
Really hard to defend. Those spikes by Reg Jurado, bringing her team in the 6-point advantage. Back row hit by Gutierrez won't work. And the block point with a tandem of Banagua and Jurado.
That was a great anticipation at the net that we saw from that duo. And also, speaking of their all-around performance, they really do have, they have put up an all-around effort here in all positions. And usually, we see it's set number 3 where teams get a bit complacent, get a bit relaxed, but that's not what we're seeing here from UST. They're really still giving their all in set number 3.
Timeout will be called here for Coach Carlo. It's an 8-point game.
Just 2 things to keep focusing on. When they set inside, we block cross. Okay. When they are off the net, we block cross. Okay. When they tip, especially the opposite tip, take the hand, as if they set it tight and they tip, take the hand out because she's playing on the block. Okay.
That huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109. Load now.
That was Coach Carlo of Southern Storm Melbourne reminding his team of really using their advantage, which is their height and their blocks against UST. And that's really what they need. And that's something that they've been lacking so far into the game. Siguro nahihirapan sila na i-anticipate yung bola ni Arlene Wahe as the setter, really distributing the balls here for her attackers.
Nakita mong veterano na talaga si Reg, no? Acknowledging that right now she is being guarded well. Kaya yung atake niya palabas. Unfortunately, that sailed out for Bella Smith. Pretty much frustrated, thought that it backed the line. But this is a 10-point advantage for University of Santo Tomas. It's 16-6.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
USC on top here by 10 big points. Just displaying consistency even here in the third set. And of course, we see here Cassie Carvalho supporting the Golden Tigresses, her teammates right now, and trusting the young ones. Sabi ko, parang it feels unusual na may sinasabi akong may mas younger kay Cassie Carvalho. As always, feeling ko rookie pa rin siya para dito kay Cassie. But going back on this game, their team captain, yung batch niya, Reg Jurado, will be scoring from that deep cross court, her favorite.
Cassie Carvalho, arguably one of the best setters that we have here in the collegiate ranks in the Philippines. And I guess magaganda talaga yung mga setter ng UST. Wahe, they really have that example by Cassie Carvalho, because look at how that ball distribution is coming up here. But now we have some action from Rubin from the left wing. Perfect down the line from Rubin.
Parang nung nakaraan lang, nakita pa natin si Kimberly Rubin. Played for the Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League last May. Ngayon, naglalaro na rin sa National Invitationals. And I think that's also the beauty of our tournament, no? We will really see how they have been progressing in their young careers from high school into the collegiate ranking. So parang yung step-by-step na introduction nila sa kanilang career, nangyayari yan dito sa ating tournament.
And that will be another point by Reg Jurado, but this time a softer touch, a well-placed drop ball. And speaking of Rubin, Daphne, you were saying it's also great that Coach Shaq is immediately trying to build their confidence already here in the collegiate ranks because as we know, here in the Philippines, talagang iba na yung atmosphere, yung level of play once you get to the college level.
Speaking of, she likes being talked about. The incoming rookie for University of Santo Tomas who celebrated her birthday last Monday, Kimberly Rubin, guarding that net well for her team.
UST now at the 20s, 21 now after that ace, and Southern Storm Melbourne still having some difficulty on the court, unable to break through past the 6th point.
But if UST gets this victory in straight sets, this is a big confidence booster for them. Why? Since they're going up against not just an international guest team, but a taller squad, how they were able to limit itong usual production ng Southern Storm Melbourne. We know that there's a lot of new players as we kept on highlighting para sa UST. Pre-season to, pero malaking bagay para may barometer din na masaset. Itong sila Coach Shaq, kung kamusta yung programa nila, how are the players absorbing or adapting to it.
And in place of Arlene Waje, Santos is back on the court as the playmaker. And once again, the rookie Rubin is contributing for UST. That time with a solid hit from the left wing.
Incoming rookie setter din itong si Aniza Santos. She's actually the daughter of Coach Rodney Santos. So, isa yan sa mga former assistant coaches also in the Growling Tigers sa basketball team natin right now. Kung di ako nagkakamali, parang he's heading towards San Sebastian College in the men's basketball. So, really a tall setter. But she also played in the Junior Golden Tigresses. Ngayon, sa college naman na siya. Suited para sa UST. Some substitutions here, pero UST only 2 points away from securing their 4th victory and hoping to clinch that #1 spot here in the league.
Seems like it is well within reach, that #1 spot for UST, as they have dominated all throughout this game, really sort of destabilizing the floor defense of SSM. And that time around, a successful shutout on the side of UST. SSM unable to break through that wall that the girls from España are building.
UST now at match point, just embracing the pressure to go up against this tall lineup of Southern Storm Melbourne, but 1 match point saved after that activation from the middle.
That was a great setup there by Yon to Smith for a quick attack.
That smart powered up play was brought to you by the new Smart Power All 109 Load Now. Something that we weren't able to see actually in the first 2 sets, Caitlin, yung mga activation sa gitna. That's actually their strength, I must say, nung mga naging laro nila the past games.
Definitely, but most of their attacks were coming from the left, from Anastasios, who really carried the attacks for her team. And you're right, Daphne, I wish we saw more of those kinds of middle quick attacks from Melbourne.
Underhand set by Santos. They're looking forward for that finish from Gutierrez, but back-to-back match points saved after that solid denial by their team captain. That's Matichevsky.
Isabella Matichevsky, being the veteran that she is, just keeping her cool, especially now that UST is only 1 point away. And there is the finish by Bianca Plaza, one of their middle blockers. As we've predicted, Daphne, sobrang laking role ng middle blockers in this game. And just right that it's Bianca Plaza who got that finishing point for the Growling Tigresses.
Beautiful setup job there. Anisa Santos, the tall setter. Favorite niya talaga yung pag-activate sa kanyang mga middle blockers. And it's Bianca Plaza getting that finish for University of Santo Tomas as they secure the #1 spot here in the 2026 Shakey Super League Collegiate National Invitationals. Consistent. And you like how they played without any pressures in today's game. 25-20, 25-14, and 25-9 is our final score.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
F2 Logistics. We'll climb mountains and cross oceans to make sure we move your cargo as fast and safe as possible because your cargo is our business. F2 Logistics. Let's move now.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 GB app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 GB for all apps and 4 GB of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
25-20, 25-14, and 25-9 is our final scores. And securing their 4th win here in the tournament is University of Santo Tomas. This MVP of the match is brought to you by Shakey's. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now.
For our game today, it's none other than Angge Poyos who will earn that MVP of the match honors. Grabe talaga yung pinakita niya today, Daphne. She accumulated a total of 14 attacks from 13 attacks and 1 ace. And here is Angge Poyos with us today with the rest of her team.
Hello, Angge. Congratulations on this win. I think, can you hear us, Angge? Hello. Hi, Angge. Congratulations.
I don't think they can hear us.
Hello, Angge. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Ayan, hello. Hi, Angge.
Hello.
Ayan, congratulations, Angge, dito sa panalo to. And, Angge, sa match na to,
Cool down.
nung first set, Angge, medyo nag-struggle ka dahil nabantayan ka nila. You only scored 3 points. But come that second and third set, ang ganda nung ipinakita mo.
Seems like we're having some technical difficulties.
Angge, can you hear us right now?
Yes po.
Ayan, okay na. Angge, congratulations.
Thank you po.
Ika-4 na panalo para sa kuponan ninyo. Nung first set, nabantayan ka, no?
Apo.
Pero pagdating nung second and third set, nagpakitang gilas ka. Hindi lang sa scoring, pero pati doon sa leadership mo.
Ayun, grateful kasi nakuha namin itong panalo na to in straight sets. Ayun nga, matatangkad yung kalaban and nung first set talaga parang kinakapa ko pa and ayun, inaral talaga na magamit which is tinitraining naman namin na pa-check ball yung bola lalo pag yung mga blockers matatangkad.
Oo nga, parang very unbothered ka kahit na matangkad yung kalaban nyo. Angge, baka meron kang gustong pasalamatan?
Pinapasalamatan ko nga po pala lahat ng UST community. Thank you so much for support and syempre yung family ko na palagi nanonood sa province. Thank you so much po sa support.
Again, thank you so much, Angge Poyos, our MVP of the match, leading the way for the España-based squad, and they just secured the #1 spot here in our tournament. Now, let's check out our Smart Power Up plays brought to you by Smart Power All 109. Power up your next side quest and get only TikTok or Facebook calls and texts, 10 gig for all apps, and more. Switch and load now.
So set number 1, we saw here the contributions of Marga Altea, Unekwe, and really one of the taller players of UST's lineup. But we also saw on the other end Anastasios, who carried the attacks for her team, but still wasn't enough to claim the first set.
Actually, the lone bright spot, I must say, for Southern Storm Melbourne is Cleo Anastasios. But of course, kakailangan din ng tulong, no, sa larong ito. But here in set number 2, dito na umarangkada si Angge Poyos, which led to a 25-14. She chipped in 7 points in set number 2. Come that third set, still UST remained consistent, established another advantage to ensure na hindi na makakahabol itong SSM.
We also saw some action now from Rubin, especially towards the end, and Plaza with that finishing point. And that will be a UST's 4th win of the tournament, 25-20, 25-14, and that really quick third set already from them.
It was 25-9 in that third set, Caitlin, and makikita natin everyone really just helping each other out to bag this victory. But in terms of our final numbers,
talagang lumamang dito si UST, 47-22. They really had that ball distribution thanks to Wahe. And in terms of blocks, we expected that Southern Storm Melbourne will accumulate more given that they're the tall team, but still bumawi naman dyan si UST. In terms of their errors, they committed a lot less than Southern Storm Melbourne, as we saw a lot of attack errors and service errors from the girls from Melbourne.
Coming up next is our second game this Wednesday. Ho Chi Minh City Volleyball Club will be taking on Enderon Colleges. Don't go away.
Stronger together we'll soar. Push through the pain, rise from the fall. Super League spirit will give it all. Rise, ignite, shine brighter than the lights. Jump, unite, every heart is taking flight. Shakey Super League, dream big, believe. Shakey Super League, we will achieve. Power in the
This is puso sa Pilipinas. 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 Report live, lapit mga kaibigan, see with your eyes. Lahat ng mga paboritang get it anytime. Laro ng mga kampi natin, this is where they shine. Libo Pilipino, tell them this is where they find. Powered by the fans, driven by the puso. Buong Pilipinas dito nakatuto. Simple, reliable, labad bawat sulok. Powered by the fans, driven by the puso. Bibit ka Mandila, pambatang Pilipinas. Not a world see us, tara sa Pilipinas. Bagong bayani, tugulo at pawis. Puso inalay, lumaban sa Paris. Puso talagang walang kapares. Gotta be smart, stating the obvious. Simply reliable, I'm just being honest. Puso Pilipinas right out of your pocket. This is puso